made me restart it. When those hooked up, it made it restart it. I did title this one.
There's so much like background noise. I think it's the background noise. I don't think it's.
Are these paired?
Yeah, they said it was paired, but then
I think there's just so much background noise that it's like. Well, like general.
1-2. Is this better? Can you hear this better? AJ, can you hear this? Yes, no, maybe? They said it was muffled.
Like you can hear you, but there's so much background noise.
Can you hear me? Can you hear this? Yeah? But it's just really muffled?
It's almost like the same.
We still have 1 minute 50 seconds remaining in the warm-up as we test out the audio. 1, 2, 3, 4. Coming to you from the Blaine Super Center, 10 miles north of downtown Minneapolis, Minnesota. Rampage continues the warm-up. Now 1 minute 30 remaining in the warm-up period. We're still testing out the sound. Rampage keeps warming up. Okay, good. I think that worked.
I just heard 10 miles north of downtown.
Yeah.
It's clear.
Good. All right, everybody, welcome here to the Blaine Super Center, about 10 miles north of downtown Minneapolis, Minnesota, as we get ready for Game 2 of the Tier 1 playoffs. It'll be the Cleveland Barons against our Colorado Rampage. Colorado Rampage coming into the game wearing all blue with the Colorado on their sweaters. The blue and white beauties. I think the uniform the boys love the most. 30 seconds left in the warm-up. They'll be playing the Cleveland Barons in their red and white with black nameplates on the back of their sweaters. We've had a game earlier this season with the Cleveland Barons. It was a 1-0 win for your Colorado Rampage. For those of you that missed the game this morning or maybe caught it, it was much closer than the final score of 4-1 might indicate. 1-1 at one point, followed by 2 giveaway goals from the Rampage. Bad turnovers. Felt a lot more like a bakery than an ice rink. 20 seconds. It went from 1-1 to 3-1, and a final score this morning of 4-1. A lot of great opportunities for Rampage earlier. Now the teams are gathered at their nets, getting ready. Rampage will be moving from your right to your left if you're watching at home. If you're listening, same thing. We'll play 3 17-minute periods. Penalties will be 2 minutes for minors. I know it's been uneven this year, unequal. Some games with 16-minute periods with a minute 30, but with 17-minute periods, we'll do 2-minute penalties. Cleveland Barons in front of their own net now gathering pucks. Colorado Rampage at their own bench. Starting lineups coming out. Referee calls them to center ice. Let's get ready for some hockey from Minneapolis, Minnesota. Austin Kennedy will be in the net tonight. Jed Yewa had the start this morning, played an amazing game, kept the team in the game, certainly for the first 2 periods before the quick giveaways. Your starters tonight: Schroeder will take the face-off. Helland on the left wing, Blaine on the right wing. That's Marsh. Greener and Frazier, your defenseman. We're going to go with Greener on the left, Frazier on the right. Just had a great dinner with Frazier's mom. Thrilled to be here, and we're about to get underway from Blaine, Minnesota, 6:44 p.m. And the puck drops, face-off won by Rampage. Puck up the center ice, goes to Helland. Helland loses it, now onside. Here come the Barons into the corner to the left of Kennedy. Puck up against the corner, now knocked down, that's Schroeder. Schroeder up, fighting for it. Puck bounces up in the air to the left of Kennedy. Now a chance for Rampage to break it out. Puck up the center ice. Here comes Marsh. Marsh has a step. Marsh shot. Save. First shot of the game comes from Rampage. Blaine Marsh got smooth and ripped one. Saved by the Baron goaltender. Face off in the Baron zone to the right of their goaltender. First shot comes at 16:23 of the first period. Face-off drawn back by Cleveland. Cleveland has it, now taken away by Rampage. Held in at the blue line. Here comes Cooper. Oh, Cooper loses it. Here's a breakaway chance for Cleveland. Cleveland's shot goes over the net, off the glass, and into the corner. Now chased down. That's Soper. Soper chips it up, now turned over by Jorg. Now back out of the zone. Jorg has it. Jorg tries to fire it forward. Soper has it. Back to center ice. Kopecky, long shot from the neutral zone. Gloved easily and dropped by the Baron goaltender. Now chipped to the right of the goaltender behind the Baron net. Into the corner. Rampage puts some pressure on it. If they play like they did this morning, things should bode well. A lot of effort this morning from Colorado. Now Cleveland goes for a full change. Here's a chance. Pass short to Jorg, picked off by the Barons. It's going to be offside. One of the Barons players, looked like the left wing, jumped the blue line. Puck got delayed, and face-off will stay inside the neutral zone. At 15:20 remaining first period, 0-0 from Blaine, Minnesota. On the ice for Colorado. Spencer to take the face-off. He's got Casa on his left. Face-off won by McCarter. McCarter has it. McCarter in the zone. Throws it on net. Gloved by the Cleveland goaltender. That's the second shot of the game. And frozen. Face-off inside the Cleveland zone to the left of their goaltender. Defenders are Sanborn and Grimberg. Face-off taken by Spencer. Won by Cleveland. Off the back of the boards behind the net. Now held in by Sanborn. Sanborn into the corner. Turns it over to Cleveland. Up to the blue line. Shot. Pad save Kennedy. First shot from Cleveland comes at 14:22 in the first period. Into the corner. Cleveland controls. Back behind the Colorado net. Now chipped up to the blue line. Blue line shot. Goes wide in the net. Into the corner to Kennedy's left. Now Spencer behind the net. Spencer chips it up along the boards. McCarter's there, drills his man, chips it out. Here's a chance for Casa, but Casa decides to change. Now it's a chance for Cleveland. Loose puck in front in the circle, blocked. Pops up in the air, backhand shot goes wide of the Colorado net. That was like a baseball swing. And now into the corner, chipped out by Helen. Helen has it. Helen loses his man. Loose for Marsh. Marsh drives it in. Inside the circle. Shot. Marsh off the goaltender. Loose rebound. Shot goes over the crossbar. Now into the corner. Schroeder falls down, gets up. Now Cleveland back the other way. Cleveland across center ice. Dump it deep. Should be icing, but they're going to waive that. He was about a step short of the red line. They're being very lenient with what they're calling here. Now the other way. They're going to waive that one too. Wow. Another icing wave. Now Cleveland tries to bring it out of their own zone. They do. Here they come over center ice. Walnut goes down. Now Cleveland inside the circle. Space taken away. Here comes Walnut. Walnut skates it out. Walnut looks for somebody to pass it to. Throws it over for York. York tries to dump it deep. Kept in at the blue line. Good job. Now back out to neutral zone. Colorado needs to tag up. They do. Dumped in deep. Good play there by Twos. Chased down by McCarter. McCarter behind the Cleveland net. McCarter into the corner. Up for Walnut. Walnut holds it along the boards. Now brought out into the neutral zone. Cleveland back the other way. Dumped in deep. Cleveland will go for a partial change here at 12-17. Rampage keeps the same skaters. There's a dangerous pass up the middle and then up into the neutral zone. Turn back over to Cleveland. Here comes Cleveland on sides. Top of the circle. Draw it back. Shot goes wide. 3 feet wide of Kennedy. Held in by Cleveland. Now Rampage chips it out of the zone. Good chip there. I believe that was Schumer who tipped that out. Now Cleveland back on side. Toozy tries to get it out. He does. Cleveland has to tag up. They'll regroup in their own zone. Now back through the neutral zone. Jumped on. Nice play by Schumer. Schumer breakaway shot. Glove save. Nice save by the Cleveland goaltender there. Great read by Schumer. Schumer saw that, jumped on it, took it away. That is some good hockey IQ. Face off inside the Cleveland zone to the left of the goaltender. Soper will take it. He's got Jorg to his left, Schumer to his right. Sanborn holds the blue line, now back up to Cleveland. Cleveland tries to break it out of the zone. They can't. Jorg holds it in. Loose puck in front of the net. Goes in the crease, now taken away by Colorado. Behind the net, Colorado holds control. Now loses it, up along the corner. Loose puck, Cleveland tries to jump on it. Puck's in between, I can't tell who that is. It might be Schroeder. No, it's Jorg. Puck in between Jorg's feet. Now Cleveland's gonna break this out. No, held in by Colorado again. Shot! Save, Schumer takes a shot inside the circle. And Cleveland has to save it. Face off inside the Cleveland zone to the left of the goaltender at 10:56 left. 0-0. The score here in Blaine, Minnesota. Second game of the Tier 1 playoffs. Rink 8 of 8. Face off in the zone. Goes back behind Cleveland into the corner. Greener tries to hold the line. Now it chips out through the neutral zone. It's a foot race. Frazier's going to get there first in the corner, throws it back behind Kennedy. There's Marsh. Marsh tries to chip it out, held in by Cleveland. Now along the boards. Cleveland has it, bottom of the circle. Little fiddle faddle, loose puck in front. Now back out inside the circle, beats a man, shot! Kennedy got a glove on that. No, it was a blocker. Man, that was close. That net was wide open. And another shot goes wide and behind the net. 10-18 left. Shot goes off of Schroeder, makes a nice block. Another shot comes in front. Kennedy tries to cover it. Loose puck save. Back into the neutral zone. Here comes Colorado the other way. Oh, baby, Marsh gets wrapped up along the boards. And he gets hung up on the plexiglass. Now Frazier. Frazier fights through. Held in it by Schroeder. Schroeder lets one rip, goes wide off the defender. Into the corner to the right of the Cleveland goaltender. Frazier will hold the blue line. Now Frazier's going to lose containment. Green back to pick it up inside the Rampage zone. Cleveland goes for a full change. Helen drives in top of the circle. Tried to let one rip, gets defended and blocked off the defender's stick. Held in, now turned over. And here comes Cleveland the other way. Off the boards in front. Greener chips it off the boards. Cleveland tags up. Here they come again. Into the corner. Green boxes his man outside. Behind the Colorado net. Under 10 minutes left. 0-0 first period. From Blaine, turnover. Here comes McCarter. Can he stay on sides? He does. Chance out in front. Oh, it was the pass from Spencer. Went across. Casa was there. Couldn't get a stick on it. It was an open net. Now loose puck. Behind Kennedy. Boy, there's some sketchy offsides calls here going on. Couple of missed calls on both sides. Cleveland out front. Shot. Save. Kennedy off the pad. Open. Now McCarter over center ice. McCarter throws it deep and chases it. Spencer and Casa will chase it down out in front. They were looking for McCarter. Now a chance for Cleveland, but they're going to change. Kennedy paddles it aside to his right. It's picked up, chipped out by Casa. Cleveland needs to tag up. They do. They regroup in neutral ice. Spencer will put pressure on. Dumped in deep, no icing. Back behind Kennedy. 8-10 left. First period out in front. Now picked off. Here comes Rampage back the other way. It's McCarter. Rampage going for a full change. McCarter lets one rip. Didn't get a lot on it. Inside the circles. Paddled aside by the goaltender. Now turned over for Walnut. And a shot by Schumer. Soft goes wide in the net. Held in at the blue line. Now dumped out by Cleveland. It's going to go the length of the ice. They're going to waive the icing. Good call. 7:40 left first period. Now chipped out to Walnut. Walnut inside the neutral zone. Tries to chip it forward. Nobody there. Here comes Cleveland back the other way. Inside the circles. Shot. Soft. Paddled aside by Kennedy. Now behind the net, loose puck in front of the Rampage net. It's picked up by Schumer. Schumer's got a couple guys to beat. He's got York with him. Schumer pulls up the blue line, goes across. Oh man, he was looking for Grimberg. Nicely read by Cleveland, dumped in by Rampage. Schumer off now, he's gonna change. He had a good shift there. Puck held in behind the net. Now pinned along the boards behind the Cleveland net. Cleveland will pick it up. Skated out of their zone. Into the neutral zone. Nice move here by Cleveland. Onto the blue line. Offsides. Way offsides. That one they got right. But that one was as obvious as a good 6 feet over the blue line by the time the puck came over. So face off into neutral. It'll be to the right of Kennedy. Soper takes the face-off. He's got Jorg on the left. Jorg puts pressure on. Cleveland will win it. Chipped into the Rampage zone. Now off the boards. Here's a chance for Soper. Soper makes a move. Nice move by Soper. Soper, he's got Jorg with him. Jorg stays on. Oh, I don't know about that. That was close. I was just about to say Jorg needs to stay on side. And he tried to drag his skate. And I think he may have just been a hair offside. We'll give the benefit of the doubt to the linesman since he was right there. We'll do the same lineup. Soper, Jorg on the left, Spencer on the right. Defenders are Grimberg and Sanborn. Here comes Cleveland the other way. They dump it deep. Now pass inside the circle. Shot! Saved by Kennedy. Loose puck. He wanted to gather that. He couldn't. Back up to the blue line. Shot! Through traffic. Kennedy. Glove. Then gets a pad on it. Loose puck in front. He's on the ground and covers. Woo! Kennedy laying on his side. Got a pad on that. And found it and covered it. Big save at 6:13 remaining. First period 0-0 from Blaine. Rink 8 to be exact. If you've never been here, it's about a mile walk from Rink 1 to Rink 8. It's a very cool complex. Face-off won by Cleveland. Held in the corner to the left of Kennedy. Schroeds is in there to battle out. There's a player for Cleveland out in front. Loose puck picked up by Rampage. They're going to skate it out. Here comes Helen. Helen's got Marsh, gets drawn off. That's a great play. Great play by the defender for Cleveland. Saw what was going to happen. Took Marsh offside with him, which is completely legal. I said legal, not illegal. Shoved him into the zone before the puck got there. That's a great play. Face off. Schroeder takes it, can't win it. Here comes Cleveland the other way. Inside the circles. Kept out by Frazier. Shot, blocked, doesn't make it to the net. Now out in front, goes across. Nobody there for Cleveland. Bounced off the boards. Gets loose. Here comes Marsh. Marsh has got a man to beat, but he loses the puck. He kind of fiddled with it in the middle there and then turned it over back into the neutral zone. Now Cleveland chipped in to the Rampage zone. They want to change. They're going to change a couple of players. Nice stretch pass for Marsh. Marsh has it. Marsh beats his man. Now out for Helen. Shot! Glove save. Good save. Goaltender's looking good for Cleveland. Nice pass from Marsh. Fought his way over the blue line. Softly tossed it over to Helen. Helen let it rip glove side. Hard save for the goaltender, who's looked sharp so far. 5:17 remaining, first period, 0-0. Face-off in the Cleveland zone, controlled by Rampage. Now loose behind the Cleveland net, into the corner. Last time these teams played, it was a 1-1 game. 1-0 game, won by Rampage on a real nail-biter to the very end. Now the puck held in at the blue line by Twos. Twos shot goes wide. Good keep by Twos. Holds it in. Kopecky holds the other side of the blue line. Twos at the point. Kopecky has it. Kopecky goes back into the corner for Casa. I don't know if Casa saw that. Now it comes back along the boards. Kopecky's going to try to hold it. Kopecky tries to light his man up. Gets knocked down. Here comes Cleveland. Shot. Good stick by Twos. Man, Kopecky went in for a hit and got the worst of that one. Wasn't exactly a reverse check, but Kopecky thought he was going to really blast the guy, and it didn't happen. Nice stick by Twos there. On the shot, goes up into the net. Face off to the left of Kennedy inside the Rampage zone. Loose puck comes out of the zone. Chased down by Cleveland. There's Schumer. Schumer puts pressure on. Good job by Schumer. Man, we've missed Schumer this year. Here comes Soper. Pressure into the corner. Soper's going to get there. Soper throws it in front. Oh, man, Jorg was there. Nice defensive play. Now held in by Sanborn. Into the corner for Soper. Soper takes a licking along the corner. Held in by Rampage. Sanborn's going to hold the line. Now a loose puck. Skated out by Cleveland. Here comes Cleveland over center ice. Onside. Inside the circle. Lost. Now loose puck. Picked up by Rampage. It was sketchy for a minute. Now back to Cleveland. Now out of the zone. Cleveland needs to regroup. 3:45 left first period. 0-0. Picked up by Grimberg. Grimberg chips it back into the neutral zone. Now dumped deep by Cleveland. Sanborn has it. Long pass. Was looking to go for Schumer. Instead goes into the stick of one of the Cleveland players. Now Sanborn again behind the net. Sanborn throws it up long. Now up for Cooper. And we've got a penalty going here. It's going to be a penalty against Cleveland. So at 3:17 left, I didn't see what the call was.
Back here. Roughing.
Oh, it's a roughing. Okay. I didn't see it. He didn't do it at the scoreboard. So it's a roughing. 2-minute minor. A 2-minute minor going against Cleveland. Penalty comes at 3:17. 37 to the box. Here comes Rampage on the power play. Back up to the blue line. Now across to the point for Green. Green goes back to Frazier. Frazier has it inside the circle. Back to Frazier at the point. Frazier holds it. Now goes back across for Green. Green back to the point for Frazier. Shot! Oh, baby, good shot through traffic. Green has it now in the corner. Green goes back up to Helen. Helen at the blue line. Helen thinks about a shot. Now he gets hooked. No call. Helen was hooked. No call. Dumped back across. Helen at the point. Goes back to Green. Green across to the point. Now it's Frazier. Frazier down into the circle. Back up to Frazier at the point. Frazier shoots. Save Cleveland. Good save. Loose puck in the corner. Held in by Rampage. That's Helen. Helen back to the point. Now, oh, through for Green. Green was there, but it went under his stick. Green in the corner. Now back to the point. Frazier across shot. Save. Bobbled. then picked up. Helen thought it was a good time to give a little shiv with the forearm. And now a little scrum down behind the net. No big deal. 2:19 left first period. Rampage still with 1:02 left in the power play. First power play of the game for either team in the waning minutes of the first period. Rampage will go for almost a full change. Schroeder off, Helland off, Marsh off, Frazier off. Kopecky on, Soper on. Soper takes the face-off. Controlled by Rampage. Back to the point, across to Kopecky. Kopecky thinks about shooting, goes back to the point. Now Schumer thought about shooting. Now inside the circle, shot! Loose puck! Goes wide of the net. Kopecky tries to hold it in. Held in for a moment at the blue line. Good job by Soper. Backhands it deep into the corner. Now it's going to go down, and it's going to be wide for icing. At 1:53 remaining, still 36 seconds left in the man advantage for Rampage. We'll take it 200 feet back down the ice and have the face-off to the left of the Cleveland goaltender. Some good chances, good pressure from Rampage, just not getting much on net here. Soper to take the face-off. Draw one initially, now turned over to Cleveland. Kopecky's back, it's Cleveland. And now out in front, chance for Cleveland. Backhand in front, Kennedy's got it. Bats it behind the net. Still 20 seconds left on the power play. Here comes Rampage. Soper skates it over center ice. Soper brings it in, dumps it for McCarter. McCarter throws it back to the point. Here's Kopecky. Shot, Kopecky! Save! Follow-up rebound! McCarter! Saved by Cleveland. Oh, good pressure from Rampage. Kopecky let it rip through a lot of traffic at the point. Off the pad, McCarter there. Another good pad save, and face-off stays in the Cleveland zone with 9 seconds left on the power play. 1:25 remaining. First period, 0-0 from Blaine, Minnesota. McCarter in to take the face-off. Jorg on the right. Kopecky on the left. Tews and Soper back. Loose puck in the corner, chipped up along the boards. Tews can't hold it, they got to regroup. Rampage comes in to tag up. Now they're pushed back into their zone. Teams back to even strength. Now chipped off of Kopecky's stick. And offsides, it looks like. Good opportunities for Rampage on that power play. Bodes well for the game if they can get another man-up opportunity. Plenty of chances. Face-off back to center ice where the pass originated. Spencer will take the face-off. Casa on the left. York on the right. York is going to come out with it. Now York tries to bat it in. He can't. Tews will regroup. Tews has it. Throws it across the Rampage zone for Kopecky. Kopecky throws it long. That's icing. Kopecky missed that pass by a country mile. And it goes for an icing, so back into the Rampage zone at 57.6 seconds left. First period, 0-0. Face off to the right of Kennedy. Drawn back by Spencer. Rampage will have it. They rim it along the boards. It's going to get out of the zone and down the ice. Here's a race. Casa chasing the Cleveland Baron down behind their own net. Along the boards. They try to chip it out. They do. It's held in for a second, then batted back out. Good pressure from Tews. Tews, he rubs his man off. Now loose puck into the Rampage zone. Here comes Crichton York into the corner. York battles his man, gets a good body on it. Puck in front, now to the point, out into the neutral zone. Cleveland has to tag up. They do. Back to the neutral zone. They regroup. Here they come over center ice. Nice rub off there by Marsh. Now shot! Off the glove of Kennedy, goes to the corner. Pinned up by Kopecky, loose puck. Spencer goes in to help. And Cleveland's gonna have it. In the corner now. Pressure, out to the blue line. Point, shot! Glove save, Kennedy! Woo! Glove save, then a rebound. Through a ton of traffic, Kennedy makes two big saves to keep the score 0-0 at the end of one. Here on Rink 8 in Blaine, Minnesota. Good first period for Rampage. Honestly, the only thing missing there is a point on the board. Plenty of good chances. It felt like there were a lot more opportunities for Rampage. If they can keep this up for another 34 minutes, it's going to bode well. Again, last time these teams played, about 2 months ago, it was a 1-0 final on a nail-biter. It's kind of heading that way right now, although it shouldn't be, but the goaltenders have kept both teams at bay. All right, Rampage has had their conversations. They're going to break out now. 2 more 17-minute periods. Teams will switch ends. If you're watching at home or listening at home, Rampage will be attacking from your left to your right here in the second period. Very, very unseasonable weather here in Minneapolis all weekend. Not that many of us saw it today because most of us had to work remotely, but when we were outside, it was a balmy 55 degrees and a beautiful blue sky day. All right, back to center ice, start of the second period. Schroeder takes the face-off. It's won by Cleveland. Cleveland will chip it up towards the Rampage zone. Now Marsh lifts the stick. Picked up by Frazier. Frazier along the glass. Batted down by one of the Cleveland players and then pummeled deep behind the Cleveland net. Loose puck along the boards. Here's a chance for Rampage. Backhanded back into the corner. Cleveland will chase it down. That's Marsh. Marsh wraps his man up. Now Helen goes down. Good check there. Loses his stick. He's got to pick it up. Here comes Cleveland the other way. Now Schroeds tries to hold his man. Shot goes off of Kennedy's blocker. I think it was wide of the net anyway. But just to be sure, he got a blocker on it. Into the corner to Kennedy's right. Loose puck. He's going to cover it. Probably a smart play. A little bit of a disjointed start in the second. Face off inside the Rampage zone. It'll be to Kennedy's right. It's really interesting here. If you can't tell at home, if you're wondering why the picture is so clear, there's no nets along the boards. Shot! Backhand, save Kennedy. No nets along the boards. And it makes for really clear viewing, but you better have your head on a swivel because these pucks are coming out. Kennedy blockers that one. It was wide anyway. Now Cleveland. That's it behind the net. There's Jorg. Jorg boxes his man out. Loose puck up to the point. Shipped out of the zone. No, it's going to stay in. Now it's out. Cleveland will tag up, but here comes Rampage the other way. Schumer has it, turns it over at center ice. Now Jorg, top of the circle. Jorg, shot! Blockered aside. Good hard shot by Coop. Coop's had some tough shots all day today. Nice coverage by Schumer. Schumer read that. His defenseman had pinched. Now Grimberg. Grimberg throws it up to center ice. It's picked off by Cleveland. Loose puck in the corner. Good hit there by Cooper. Knocks his man down. Rampage needs to regroup. They do. It's brought out by Grimberg. Now Cleveland has to regroup. They tag up. Loose puck, center ice. Cleveland over the red line. Here they come. Onside, top of the circle. Driving in. Grimberg loses his man. Shot. Now we've got a penalty. It's going to be a hook against Grimberg, I believe. Yeah, they're going to call Grimberg on the hook. He got beaten by his man. Feet weren't moving, just threw the stick out there. So first power play coming up for Cleveland at 14:55. Remaining second period, 0-0. Face off in the Rampage zone. It's one power play for each now. We'll go to the right of Kennedy. Penalty kill units out there. Spencer is going to take the face-off. Tassa on his right. Kopecky on his left. And then McCarter on the outside behind Kopecky. Puck drop. Nice. Chipped out by Rampage. No icing. Here's a race. McCarter races his man into the corner. Good chase by McCarter. Here come Cleveland the other way. Rampage has numbers back. Top of the circle. Shot! Off the netting and a stoppage. That should go to Kennedy's left, and it will, inside the zone. Oh, McCarter had a good chance there. Couldn't beat his man, but put a lot of pressure on him. So in the Rampage zone we go. 14:38 remaining, second period, 0-0 here in Blaine. 1:44 left on the man advantage. Referee whistles, ready to drop the puck. Face-off won by Cleveland. Up to the blue line, across the point. One-timer goes wide, loose puck. Covered by Kennedy. Didn't know where it was at first. That was tough to see, but then he got a glove on it. And we'll do it all over again. Couple seconds tick off the penalty kill. Rampage is going to go for a full change here. Green on, Frazier on, Helland on, and Schroeder on. Reminder, we'll have an ice clean at about 8 minutes left, second period. For now, it's all about killing this power play for Cleveland. Loose puck one, back to the blue line, up to the point, across the blue line. Now top of the circle, shot! Kennedy! Oh, Cleveland thought they scored, but Kennedy covered it. And now there's some extracurricular in front of the net. Oh man, if you could have seen the bench for Cleveland, they thought they had a goal. There was exuberation, there was happiness, there was joy. Then there wasn't. Now Rampage going to skate it out. Nice face-off win. Here comes Helland. Helland into the zone, whiffs on the shot, picked up by Cleveland. Held in nicely by Helland. Helland, good job on the forecheck. Goes down deep in the zone. Now here Cleveland digs it out behind their own net. Here they come into the neutral zone, over center ice. They bring it in onside. Green beaten, and man, clean shot. Goes off of Kennedy's glove. Now up to the blue line, top of the circle, shot! Pad save, Kennedy. Here comes Helland. Helland throws it forward. Here's a chance. Oh, Schroeder had it on his stick. Had a man to beat. Couldn't do it. It was tough. Now Sauce back to center ice. 35 seconds left in the man advantage for Cleveland. Here they come at center ice. Back top of the circle. They try to set it up again. Now they settle it. Inside the zone, out in front, paddled aside by Kennedy. Good play, loose puck, batted in by Cleveland. Now held in at the blue line, backhanded. Helland tries to get it out. Helland puts pressure on his man. Good job by Liam. 10 seconds left in the man advantage. Back to the point, across to the circle, shot! Oh, what a save off the left pad by Kennedy. Rampage tries to chip it out, they can't. And now they will. That's a great play by Helland. Knocks his man down, gets it out, back to even strength. And now Cleveland back the other way. Good no call. Now Rampage the other way. Here comes Marsh. Marsh, top of the circle. Oh, they're going to call an offside. That's a really bad call. You know, when AJ says it's a bad call, it's probably a bad call. I mean, Marsh was off to the races. He was off to the races. Instead, puck back into the neutral zone, won by Rampage. Now Walnut has it for a moment. Now Grimberg throws it forward. Picked up by Cleveland. Cross center ice. Chipped off the boards. Casa bats it back to center ice. Cleveland will regather. They do. Now chipped forward. Picked up by York. York has it, dumps it deep. Good play by Creighton. Creighton throws it behind the net. Now chipped up, held in at the blue line. Shot on net. Boy, I didn't see where that came from. That was Sanborn, I think. Through a lot of traffic. Good save by the Cleveland goaltender. Keeps it 0-0 with 12:13 left. Second period. Face off inside the Cleveland zone. Will go to the right of the goaltender. Soper's in to take the face-off. Schumer on the right. Jorg on the left. Defenders are Kopecky and Tews. Tews has it. Back on side. Held in by Cooper. Now Soper. Soper in the circle. Soper turns around, throws it up to Kopecky. Kopecky shot! Wide. About 3 feet wide of the net. Good power on it. Now Cleveland tries to break it out. They do. Rampage has to regroup. Now back on sides. Here comes Schumer. Schumer across the middle. He was looking for Soper. Just a step behind was Soper. And now Cleveland back the other way. Here they come over center ice. Cleveland on sides. Kept outside by Kopecky. Kopecky into the corner. Now back to the blue line for Cleveland. Loose puck. Collected behind by Twos. Twos in the corner. Needs help. Soper's there. Soper will help him. Soper. Now Twos. Now Cleveland. Back up to the blue line. Good keep. Into the corner it goes. There's Kopecky. Cleveland wants a small change. Shot. Actually kept it in, not a shot. Goes wide at Kennedy. Now behind. Back to the blue line. Now picked up by Schumer. Shot. Turn. Blocked by the defender. I think that was Schumer. Loose puck. Good check there behind by Soper. And Cleveland has to regroup. They do it. Center ice. Onside again. Here they come. Loose puck in front of the crease. Picked up by Twos. Twos will throw it along the boards. Kept in by Cleveland. Cleveland fires it back to Kennedy's left. Now up to Cooper. Cooper throws it forward and batted out of the zone. Nice play by Schumer using some of those lacrosse skills. Kept in by Cleveland. Kennedy will play it and then leave it behind for Twos. Now up to Cooper. Cooper chips it out. Nope, held in by Cleveland. Now out. Here comes Rampage. The other way. Chipped ahead, then Schumer loses his stick. And he's going to get off. His stick stays on the ice. Schumer comes off. Twos collects it, throws it across for Schroeds. Schroeds dumps it deep, no icing. Back behind the Cleveland net. Just under 10 minutes remaining. Second period, 0-0. Now loose puck in the neutral zone. Thrown ahead by Marsh. Helen has it. Helen throws it forward, looking for Schroeder. Nobody home. Ding dong. Now kept in at the blue line. Rampage tries to hold it. They do. Good keep there. Marsh lets one rip. Gloved by the goaltender. Goaltender's seeing the puck well. Through a lot of traffic there. Marsh let it rip. Good. A lot of good jizz on that shot. And a good save by the goaltender at 9:32 remaining. One penalty for each team so far. About a minute and a half from the ice clean. Schroeder will take the face-off. Schroeder fights for it. Cleveland's going to come out with it. Now chipped in. Nice play by Marsh. Knocks his man down. Love the way Blaine's playing right now. Physical and smart. Frazier comes in to help Marsh out. Now Frazier. Frazier putting on a show for his mom who's here. Gets knocked down and then dumped deep into the corner. Kennedy leaves it there for Green. Now Green has it in the corner, chips it off the boards. Marsh tries to get it out. He does. Here's a chance for Helen. Back to Marsh. Marsh over the point. Marsh toe drag. Oh, turn it over. Loose puck. Schroeder. Schroeder pulls it up along the corner. Gets knocked off. Frazier holds the line. Now Schroeder needs help. He gets it from Helen. Helen comes in, pinned up along the boards. Along the boards the other way. Green's going to hold it in here. He does. Backhands it in. Now Cleveland has it. They're going to bring it out. Green's got to get back. Rubs his man off. Nice play by Cody. And on net, Kennedy will cover. And the faceoff will stay inside the Rampage zone with 8:32 remaining. We might go ice clean here. And we will. So at 8:32 remaining second period, 0-0. The score from Rink 8 in Blaine, Minnesota. A really good game so far against the team, honestly, that Rampage should have the lead here, but the goaltender's been playing lights out. So we'll take a break for 8 minutes and come back live for the second half of this hockey game. Make sure you join us. It's going to be a good finish, as it usually is when these two teams meet up. Again, 0-0 at the ice clean here at Rink 8, Blaine, Minnesota. I was like, right on.
No, this is my family.
All right, everybody, welcome back to Rink 8 here in Blaine, Minnesota. 0-0 the score after a period and a half. About to take the face-off inside the Rampage zone to the left of Kennedy. 8:32 remaining. Second period. Face-off drawn back through the neutral zone. Collected by Cleveland. Good pressure from Rampage. That's Marsh. Marsh jumps it. Now held in for a minute and offside. Puck came in and out of the zone. I didn't think it did, but again, I'm counting on our spotter, AJ Jorg. He's 6'7", if you know what I mean, on his calls. Face-off drawn back by Cleveland. Now they group it inside their zone. Kept in for a moment by Helen. Loose puck back into the neutral zone. Two Rampage players go down. Here's a chance for Cleveland the other way, and it's offside. Puck bounced out. AJ says he's pretty sure about that one. No 6'7", 98%. Face off into the neutral zone. It'll be to the right of Kennedy. Drawn back. Marsh has it. Marsh tries to go to Helen at the red line. Now it goes back behind Kennedy. Kennedy will leave it there for his defender. And it is picked up by Green. Green throws it, tries to get it out. I'm not sure what happened there. I think it bounced off, went into the bench. It did. And they'll take it inside the Rampage zone to Kennedy's left. At 7:53 remaining, if you're just joining us, 0-0. Both teams have had a power play each. Yet we remain deadlocked. Great opportunities for Rampage in this game. Talked with a couple of people watching over the net on the end, and they said that it's just been off by a few inches sometimes from a score. So keep the pressure on. Now inside the circle. Now the other side. Back into the corner for Cleveland. Knocked down. Good hit there from Schroeds. And chipped out by Marsh. Here comes Helen. Helen's got a head of steam. Settles the puck, top of the circle, across. Shot Marsh! Oh, loose puck goes through the goaltender and wide. What a great play by Marsh. Loose puck shot saved by the goaltender. Kept in by Frazier. Frazier goes across top of the circle. Shot blocked. Schroeds lets one go and then hits somebody. Schroeds been hitting everybody today. Schroeds like a baseball player batting 1,000. Hitting everyone and everything in sight. Between him and Schumer, it's a wrecking crew. Stoppage comes at 7:13 remaining second period. We'll stay in the Cleveland zone. Great opportunity again for Rampage. Soper takes the faceoff. It's won by Cleveland. They chip it off the boards. Batted back by Casa. No, that's Twos. Twos batted it across. Now kept in. Nice backhand by Jorg. Into the corner. Chased down by Soper and Schumer. Loose puck, top of the circle. Head of steam for Cleveland. Twos has got to make it up. He's got Kopecky with him to help. Nice stick there by Soper. Back check extraordinaire. That's the extent of my French. Puck batted off the boards. Soper with a head of steam. Onside. Shot. Jorg. Blocked. Out in front, now picked up Kopecky, throws it, kept in by Rampage for now. Shot, goes wide. Schumer threw it towards the net, now picked up by Soper in the corner. Soper has it, Soper settles it. Back across for Kopecky, top of the circle, Kopecky rips it and hit him right in the breadbasket. Looked like my men's league shot. Right between the breasts. The king just brought the Emperor a gift.
I didn't have that fruity slushy cream.
Thank you, King. Shout out to the king. Face off inside the zone. Now loose puck shot. Saved by the Cleveland goaltender. Along the boards, chipped out. This is going to not be icing. It's going to get waved. Grimberg has to chase it down. He does. He rifles it behind Kennedy. Along the boards for McCarter. McCarter throws that dangerously across the center ice. And they got away with one there. Now loose puck whiffed on. Casa chips it ahead. Nice play for Spencer. Spencer has it. Spencer inside the zone. Spencer gets over the blue line, then turns it over. Loose puck collected by Sanborn and chipped in to the Cleveland zone. The goaltender will leave it there for the defender at 5:35 remaining, second period, 0-0 from rink 8 in Blaine, Minnesota. Loose puck goes under Sanborn, no icing. Picked up by Cleveland. Sanborn falls down. Now loose puck in front and picked up by McCarter. McCarter's got a man to beat, he can't. Turn back over to Cleveland. Cleveland shot! Kennedy save on the glove. Good open shot there. Kennedy got a glove on it. 5:14 remaining, second period. Nice clean ice out here. Good chance to make some stretch passes for both teams. Face-off will stay in the Rampage zone to the right of Kennedy. Face-off won by Cleveland. Now collected by Rampage. Here comes Rampage. Helen has it over center ice. Marsh stays onside. Helen takes it wide into the corner. Cleveland's going to pick that up and chip it out. Nope, held in for now. But Cleveland comes back the other way. Over center ice. Cleveland onside. Puck paddled aside by Kennedy. Green there. Green pins his man up against the boards. Schroeder will bat it. Now out in front. Chipped out of the zone. Picked up by Marsh. Marsh has got one man to beat. And a good defensive play by Cleveland. But held in by Helen. Shot! Save! Looked like he was off. Jorg and Jorg. Sounds like a law firm. Both Jorgs say they were offsides. And they are, to be fair, right on the blue line. But we go inside the Cleveland zone at 4:38, second period. Face off in the Cleveland zone. Schroeder will take it. One back by Cleveland behind their own net. Now Marsh. Marsh has it. Marsh throws it along. Kept in by Frazier. Nope, Frazier can't hold it. Loose puck. Frazier's in a foot race. Frazier turns around, fires it out. Cleveland needs to wait. They tag up onside. Nice toe drag. Puck loose, picked up by Rampage. Oh, turned over. Now back to Cleveland. Held in by Cleveland at the blue line. Here comes a chance. Nope, chipped out. Good play. Now a chance for Rampage. Here comes Helen. He's got Marsh with him. Helen pulls it up, loses the puck. Oh, Helen had a chance, still does. Can't keep it. Back to the neutral zone. A little ping pong right now. Back and forth between the team in red and the team in blue. Puck sits at center ice, picked up by Cleveland. Creighton York puts some pressure on, knocks his man down. No call there. Good no call. Loose puck. Now back out to Cleveland. Top of the circle across. Blue line. Shot! Blocked. Blocked by one of the Rampage defensemen. Couldn't see who it was. Now a long shot from the blue line. Slapper goes off Kennedy's stick. Up into the netting at 3:24 left. Second period, 0-0 from rink 8. Face-off stays in the Rampage zone. Face-off, won by Rampage. Here comes Creighton York. Creighton York over center ice. Paddles it aside from McCarter. Shot goes wide. Bobo let that one rip. Didn't get a lot on it, but enough. Held in. Nice job. Shot from the blue line from twos. Somehow Tews kept that in and got a shot off. Now in the corner, Crichton York fights for it. Loose puck picked up by Cleveland. Here they come the other way. It's a 1-on-2. Tews keeps his man outside, drives in, good play by Tewsy. Tewsy takes the puck away, has it behind the Rampage net. Now tries to skate it out. Tewsy along the boards. Tewsy strong on the puck. And then turns it back over the other way. Kopecky has it. Kopecky tries to fire it out. Goes off the Cleveland player. It's the forward. And now Cleveland has it. Here's a chance behind the Rampage net. Taken away by McCarter. McCarter changes direction back the other way. Fires it off the boards. Kept in by Cleveland. Crichton. Shot! Goes off of Kennedy's right pad. It was on net. Through a lot of traffic. And it's loose out in front. Good chance for Cleveland. Couldn't get enough on it. Shot! Blocked. Now Rampage is going to get this out. No icing. Chipped off the boards. Here's a chance for York. York inside the circle. Goes across. Wide of the net. I think he thought Obo was there and he wasn't. Now the other way. Here comes Cleveland. Cleveland brings it in. Shot! Save! Kennedy gloves it. Woo! Man, Kennedy had that off the left pad. Popped up in the air and gloved it like Willie Mays in center field. And if you're not old enough to know who Willie Mays is, look him up. 1:50 left, second period. 0-0. Face-off in the Rampage zone. Won again by Cleveland. Back up to the blue line. Shot goes wide. Now top of the circle. Back behind Kennedy. Cleveland has it. Good pressure from Rampage. You feel like Cleveland's putting something on here. But then Soper makes a nice play. Bounces it off the boards, but doesn't get it out. Held in for now. Chipped ahead by Schumer. That's interference. No call. Schumer chipped it out. Got pinned against the boards. So he couldn't get to the puck. And that's a missed call. Not the first one today. Or the last. Now a stretch pass disrupted by Sanborn. Puts an elbow in. Nice play by Sanborn. Here they come on side. Barely. Pulls up. Shot. Covered by the goaltender. Not a lot on that from Soper. That was a tough one. It floated into his stick. And both teams will go for a change at 1:01 left. Second period. 0-0. Face-off will be inside the Cleveland zone. Schroeder's going to take the face-off. Hardest hitting guys out there have been Schroeder and Schumer. If you've got an SH to start your name or an SCH, you are a hitter. Marsh on the right, Helen on the left. Puck drawn back by Cleveland, goes behind their own net, fired along the boards. Kept in by Frazier. Now Frazier can't hold it. Frazier loses it. Now here comes Cleveland the other way. Greener tries to seal it. Shot! Goes wide in the net and around the board. Kept in by Cleveland. Out in front. Rampage is there. Cleveland will collect it in the neutral zone. They have to tag up. They do. Nice play by Cleveland, letting them get back onside. Loose puck shot! Oh man, it was open. That guy got wide open. That guy was more open than my beer. Puck goes off the netting. We got a stoppage inside the Rampage zone at 31.8 left. They're going to take it to the other side. That's where the shot originated from. So to the right of Kennedy, Schroeder will take the face-off. Schroeder draws it back. Greener boxes his man out. Nice play by Green. Now chipped off the boards from Marsh. Marsh has it. Tries to get it out. He can't. Goes across the blue line. It's a race now. Picked up and batted out of play into the bench. It'll stay in the Rampage zone on the Frazier going for chipping it out. And that's the right call. Frazier had the right play there. It just went too high and then sailed into the Cleveland bench. So to Kennedy's left with 17.6 seconds left. Face-off won by Rampage. Loose puck along the boards. Cleveland has it. Now back behind Kennedy. Green backhands it for Frazier. Frazier chips it forward for Marsh. Marsh, good hard play there. Puck loose. Marsh gets it out. Now it's a race. Marsh tries to get out. Marsh takes one in the head. No call. Man, Marsh took a shiv right to the face. Come on, Blue.
in the head.
That's a hit to the head. Marsh gets up slowly. I mean, it was right in front of the referee. I don't know how he missed it. Marsh is okay. He's heading back to the bench. Hopefully his teammates are taking notes. So 17 minutes remaining in this hockey game. It's 0-0 here on Rink 8 in Blaine, Minnesota. An amazing complex. Again, we talked about it earlier. You walk in, and it is a good quarter to a half a mile walk from the entrance to Rink 8. It is the farthest rink. Rinks on both sides of the aisle. All sorts of gyms and merchandise shops and beer stores, and I imagine you could buy a gallon of milk here somewhere. All right, Rampage done. Cole with help tonight on the bench. Got a couple of the other Rampage coaches with him. It looks like that's Cody from the 15s team helping him out tonight. Always a good sight. The boys are on the ice. They go give Kennedy a high five. Looks like Obo's going to take the face-off. Spencer and Casa on the ice. Defenders are going to be Tews and Kopecki. All right, here we go. Last period of hockey for Friday the 13th from Blaine, Minnesota. Rink 8, face-off, won by Rampage. Drawn back into the Cleveland zone. They'll collect it there on the turnover. And they will regroup behind their own net. They fire it along the boards. Now kept in by Spencer. Spencer comes into the blue line. Spencer whiffs on it twice. Had a chance to dump that deep. Couldn't get a stick on it. Loose puck. Here comes Cleveland the other way. Tews has it. Tews on the defense. Shot through traffic. Kennedy blockers that aside. Excuse me, pads that aside. Loose puck. Chipped out by McCarter. McCarter has it. McCarter has... Oh, it goes off the linesman. Now back across for Casa. Oh, I don't know about that. The linesman got in the way of the puck. Delayed it. And I'm not sure that ever went off sides again. Fans here are shaking their head no. Anyway, offsides called by the linesman. Face off in the neutral zone. Won by Cleveland. Cleveland has it at the red line. They chip it off the boards. No icing. Kennedy's there to play it. Bouncing puck. Throws it along the boards. Now, chipped up to Casa. Casa can't find it. Loose puck. Nice block there by Grimberg. Puck goes across the crease. Cleveland controlling it at the blue line. Shot tipped. Oh man, shot from the blue line tipped by Cleveland. Kennedy got a glove on it, but it was wide of the post. And now Cleveland holds it. Rampage tries to chip it out. They can't. Shot glove Kennedy. He gloved that, crumpled on it. No rebound. Faceoff will stay in the Rampage zone at 15:46 remaining. Third period, 0-0. Soper goes in, gives Kennedy a high five. He'll take the face-off. Loose puck, controlled by Soper. Soper throws it along the board. Jorg comes over to try to pick it up. Jorg gets rubbed off, now chipped up. Now here comes Rampage the other way. Here comes Schumer. Schumer makes a move around his man. Schumer outside. Yeah, it was a soft hook, but yes, held in by Rampage. Now batted back in, here's a chance. Shot goes over the crossbar. Soper got a little behind that, let it rip, but too high. And now a loose puck brought out by Cleveland. Now pinned in the corner. It looked like they were going to bring it out, but Rampage, it looked like that might have been Soper again. Got a stick on it, held it in. The boys are playing great here. Now top of the circle shot, glove. Cleveland goaltender all over it, seeing the puck really well. Shot from just inside the top of the circle. We'll take the face-off inside the Cleveland zone at 15:02 left, third period. Soper will take the face-off, draws it back, good win. Goes across to Green at the point. Green lets a soft shot go, hits the defender for Cleveland in the breadbasket. Now back to Green at center ice. Dump deep to the right of the goaltender for Cleveland, chased down by Schumer. Schumer with the hit. Man, Schumer is all over it. Now, good battle along the boards. Puck kept in by Frazier. Frazier putting on a show for his mama tonight. Now loose puck, Cleveland. Off the stick, back to Frazier in the neutral zone. Frazier chips it deep, no icing. Dumped back out by Cleveland, picked up by Green. Green has it. Green goes forward for Jorg. That's a turnover. Now it's a chance for Cleveland. Green makes it up. Kennedy pokes it away. Good play by Green. Green and Kennedy got a stick on that. That was dangerous. Now Rampage with a chance. Stretch pass forward for Marsh. Marsh doesn't know where it is. It's on his feet. Oh, that was offsides. No call. Good break for Rampage. Now Cleveland back the other way. Here they come onside. Into the circle. Beats Schroeder. Puck behind the net. Picked up by Green, off the boards. Now collected by Helen. Helen tries to get it out, can't. Held in. Dot between the circle. Backhand block. Helen blocks it. Tries to chip it out, not hard enough. Kept in by Cleveland. Cleveland top of the circle. Loose puck goes behind Kennedy. 13:30 remaining. Third period, 0-0. Loose puck chipped out by Helen. Now it's a foot race. Here comes Marsh. Marsh can't find it. They stay on side. Helen has it. Helen across for Schroeder. Now back. Oh, it went back from Marsh. He got a shot off. Good save by the Cleveland goaltender. Now stretch pass back into the neutral zone. Picked up by Kopecky. Fires it deep. No icing. Rampage is going to change Marsh. Cleveland will go for the full change. Now the cherry pick, but it's going to go down for icing. Cleveland, not known for growing fruit trees, had cherry pick written all over that. Luckily, it was just a little too long. Goes for an icing back into the Rampage zone, the Cleveland zone at 12:59 left, a tick under 13 minutes remaining in a 0-0 hockey game. Face off to the right of the goaltender. McCarter takes it. Loose puck in front. McCarter couldn't find it. Now held in the corner. We got a penalty coming up. Loose puck's going to go down. It should be icing the other way. And it will be. And now we'll have a stoppage and a penalty. It's a hook. Third penalty of the game, second on Rampage. It's a hook against McCarter. A 2-minute minor at 12:47 remaining third period. Tough break for Rampage. Maybe it's time to pay back the shorthandies from this morning. I know that smell. That smell smells like a shorty. So Cleveland goes on the power play with 12:47 left in the third. 0-0 hockey game here at Rink 8. Penalty kill is Kopecky, Schumer, Tews, and Helen. Referees talk about where the face-off should be.
Okay, where's the face-off?
It's an interesting call because it was an icing call. So it's not a normal stoppage. It should go right here.
Why not just drop it in the center and call it a game?
You could do that too. Kopecky wants an explanation. They'll take it to the neutral zone just outside Rampage. Puck drops, won by Cleveland. Cleveland draws it back. They'll regroup it. Good pressure from Helen. He's got to be careful here on the penalty kill. Can't get caught. Helen drives his man outside. Now a chance for Cleveland. Shot goal. Helen got a little too aggressive there. Let his man outside. He drew it in and snapped one off that beats Kennedy. Goal comes at 12:34 left. It's 1-0 Cleveland on the power play goal. And let's face it, folks, you're not going to win many hockey games when you score 1 goal in 5 periods of hockey. And that's where Rampage is right now. Goaltending's been solid. Jed, great game this morning. So, and there's a hit that could have been called, no call. Sanborn roughed his guy against the boards, and now we got a whistle and a hand pass. I didn't see a hand pass. Yeah, I didn't see it either.
That was a really late whistle.
And a weird hand pass. But anyway, outside the zone, face-off won by Cleveland. Good pressure from Helen. Helen tries for the turnover, can't do it. Schroeds. Now Cleveland the other way, smelling blood in the water. Shot goes wide. Now back behind Kennedy. Picked up in the corner. No call there. He lost his edge. Good no call. I'm happy with that. Sanborn loses it. Loose puck in front. Here comes Rampage with a chance. Marsh got a man to beat. Marsh outside. That's a penalty all day. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. If any of you saw that at home, you've got to be sick. And that, my friends, is payback. Marsh with a much-needed goal. Marsh and Helen team up, and Marsh buries it after a terrible no call. I mean, really, that's the kind of play they show you in refereeing school, and you're like, see if you can see what happened here. He tackled him, pulled him down. All right, 1-1 now. Goal comes at 11:42 remaining. Third period. Here comes Cleveland now, back the other way. Picked up by Rampage, chipped out. That's Soper. Soper turns it back over. Cleveland regroups.
Number 24, Dwayne Marsh. Assisted by number 11, Liam Helen. Time of goal, 5:17.
Loose puck kept in by Rampage. Turned over. Chance, toe drag. Oh, Schumer tried the toe drag, looking for the shot. Schumer tries to come back, but they can't. Cleveland's going to chip it out. Oh, great hit by Schum. Schum giving the zoom on the boards. Loose puck now picked up by Cleveland. Here they come, top of the circle, wide of the net, thank goodness. Loose puck kept in by Cleveland. I don't know how they kept that in. Bouncing puck back behind Kennedy. Now out in front, point blank shot, missed wide. Oh, breakdown defensively, kept in by Cleveland. Shot, bounces, Kennedy, good save. Now fired up along the boards, but kept in again. Rampage can't get it out. Settle it down, boys. Throw it along the boards. That'll do it. Back into the neutral zone. Fought for by Cooper. Cooper has it. Cooper inside the circle. Cooper deep. Now taken away. Cleveland back the other way. Neutral ice. Man, he did not want to get hit there. He pulled up. Who was that? Walnut?
Frazier.
Oh, Frazier had a chance to light his man up, and the guy wanted none of it. Now Cleveland back at center ice, dumped deep, no icing. 10 minutes remaining, third period, 1-1. Here at Rink 8, playing Minnesota. Rampage tries to bring it out, kept in by Cleveland. A little sloppy play right now from Rampage. Now Cooper has it. Cooper skates it up. Cooper rubbed off, gets it ahead to McCarter. McCarter backhands it wide of the net. Good play by Obo. Now into the corner. Picked up by Cleveland. They're going to skate it out. They chip it up along the boards. Picked off onside. Nice tag up there by Spencer. Now back along the boards. Green will hold it in. At least for the moment, he does. Loose puck. Spencer had it off his stick. Now Cleveland the other way. It's a 2-on-2. Green gets back. Here comes Cleveland. Kennedy gets a pad out. Loose puck. Shot. Backhand in front. Not a lot on it. 9:09 left. Shot blocked by York. Yorkie got his body in front of it. Top of the circle. Now back out of the zone. Here's a chance for York. Oh, York threw it backwards. He had a chance. It's offsides. No call. The player can't believe it. He looked. Are you going to call offsides? No call. Shot. Save. Shot. Glove by Kennedy. Man, this is some sketchy refereeing right now. Again, makes you appreciate how good the refereeing is in Colorado when you see this. We saw it in Chicago. These guys are all over the place. Face off in the Rampage zone. Dropped one back. Twos has it. Now Twos overskates it. Goes along the boards outside the circle. Picked up by Twos. Twos chips it for Kopecky. Kopecky tries to get his man. Goes back to the point. Cleveland holds it. Blocked. Loose puck. Here's a chance for Marsh. Marsh has Helen with him. Marsh around inside the circle. Shot. Save. Goal. Goal. Woo! It's Marsh and Helen again. It's Marsh and Helen again. This time Marsh gets the goal. 8:22 remaining. Rampage with a 2-1 lead. What's up? Oh, I thought it was, no, Helen did. Yeah, sorry. Helen with the goal. Marsh with the assist. Thank you. Comes at 8:22, 2-1 Rampage, answering with 2 goals after giving up a tough one on the power play, and now back to center ice for the face-off. Chipped along the boards, that's icing against Rampage, just thrown deep. Kopecky didn't mean it. He'd like to have that one back. Face-off will go back inside the Rampage zone to the right of Kennedy. Now, can Rampage get this next goal, which would be a huge cushion? Soper's in to take the face-off. He's got Kopecky. He's got Twos with him. He's got Schumer. This is a good line here. Face-off won by Cleveland for the moment. Back up to the blue line. Now back behind Kennedy. It goes to his left. Chased down by Kopecky. Shipped up for Jorg. Jorg fights for it. Kopecky helps out. Kept in by Cleveland. Loose puck shot. Goes up into the netting. Good stick there. I think that was Schumer. Got a stick on it. It was on net. So 7:54. We'll go back into the Rampage zone. Exciting hockey game. Another early one tomorrow. Reminder, set your alarm clock, 7 a.m. Mountain Time. Face-off drawn back by Soper. Now fired up along the boards, but kept in for now by Cleveland, and then Schumer thought he had it out, but he didn't. On top of the circle. Now Schumer takes it away. There's a hook, no call, but here comes Schumer. Schumer breaks his man outside. Schumer tries to bring it back in, can't. Turned it over. Good play by Schumer. Held in by Sanborn, shot. Paddled aside. Now Schumer again. Schumer is everywhere and out of play. Schumer is like lightning out of a bottle right now. Faceoff will stay in the zone to the left of the Cleveland goaltender. 7:27 remaining. Like to see the same kind of effort from the rest of the boys that Schumer's showing. Soper wins it back, but Cleveland's got it. They bat it back into the neutral zone. It's picked up there and chipped forward by Grimberg. Now Cleveland along the boards. Sanborn is the defender. Here comes Cleveland the other way. Soper tried a little back check there, didn't get much on it. Cleveland into the corner, fired up by Grimberg, held in by Cleveland. Back into the corner, that's Grimberg again. He gets it out, but that'll be icing against Rampage. And I love this linesman's call. It looks like he's pointing at a bird in a tree. And I'm talking about a tree over his head. So back down the ice we go to the right of Kennedy with exactly 7 minutes remaining. Third period, 2-1 Rampage. Schroeder in to take the face-off. He's got Marsh. He's got Frazier. He's got Helen. And he's got Green. Shot! Goes off Kennedy's glove and wide in the net. Right off the face-off. Now back up to the blue line. Chipped into the corner. Fight for it down there with Green. Green takes his man. Now chipped out. Oh, pulled aside by Helen. Helen throws it aside for Marsh. Marsh, he's got one guy to beat. Throws it forward, gets the puck taken away. Good play by Marsh and Helen again. Loose puck. Oh, it's loose in front of the net. The goaltender covers it. Hold on now, don't do anything dumb. Let's not do anything dumb.
You gotta call that clock. They have to.
Nope. Oh, they are going to take him. Nice. I thought they were going to let him skate. Cross check, 2-minute minor coming up against Cleveland. Marsh took a cross check down in front of the net. And man, these referees, again, no arm up, no signal that there was a penalty coming. The only reason we knew it was we watched the skater go towards the bench and then hit the penalty box. Otherwise, who knew? Face off inside the Cleveland zone. Schroeder will take it. He's got Green behind him and Frazier. Schroeder wins it back for Green. Green goes across. Frazier. Frazier inside the circle. Back up to Frazier. Frazier back down to Marsh. Marsh to Frazier. Frazier goes across to Green. Green's got to be careful here. Now picked up by Helen. Helen inside the circle. Shot! Off the goaltender into the netting, and a face-off will stay in the zone at 6:13, a stoppage. 1:41 remaining on the power play for your Colorado Rampage. Face-off in the Cleveland zone, leading 2-1 late third period. Schroeder will take it again. Schroeder draws it forward. Helen goes in to pick it up, but Marsh is there. Marsh has it. Marsh goes back up to the blue line. Over to Frazier. Frazier over to Green. Green. Oh, back across. Oh, the one-timer. He had Marsh. Marsh didn't get a lot on it. Now held in at the blue line. Nice play there by Frazier. Green back to Frazier. Frazier back across. Shot. Save. Loose puck. Oh, man. Great puck movement by Rampage. No call. Great puck movement by Rampage, though, on the power play here. They're getting the open man. Marsh whiffed on that one. 5:48 left. Still a minute 16 on the man advantage for Rampage. That time the puck's drawn back, but it splits the defenders. And now Green and Frazier will have to retreat. They do. Green goes forward. Now a turnover. Green throws it to Cleveland. Nice check there from Frazier. Now Marsh. Marsh loses it. He's going to be offsides if he doesn't get back on. Nice read there by Helen. Saw Marsh was offside, brought it back to the neutral zone. Now throws it back for Frazier. Now Helen. Helen tied up along the boards. Picked up by Schroeds. Schroeds along the boards. Schroeds leaves it back. Lucky that didn't go offsides. Still 40 seconds remaining in the man advantage for Rampage. Picked up by Green inside the Rampage zone. Greener's going to skate it up. He's got to be careful here. Greener gets rubbed off the puck. Gets help from Helen. Good read there by Liam. Throws it forward for Marsh. Marsh onside. Marsh across. Turns it over. It's a breakaway the other way. Here comes Cleveland. They got to be careful here. Save Kennedy off the pad. And no penalty. That was the most important thing. 13 seconds remaining on the power play. Here comes Frazier. Frazier pulls up inside the circle. Frazier throws it back up for Green. Green back into the corner. 2 seconds. 1. Teams back at even strength. They come out of the box. Got to be careful here, boys. Back on D. That's Schumer. Schumer. Nice job by Schumer. Gets a stick on it. Coming back the other way. Here comes Rampage. Teams back at 5-on-5. Schumer lets one rip. Picked up and played by the goaltender. 4:12 left. Third period. Nice back check by Schumer, man. Schumer is all over the ice right now. Dumped deep behind the Cleveland goaltender. Good pressure from Rampage. Schumer again. Holds that puck in. Now he needs some help. He gets some, but then here comes Cleveland the other way. Nice rub out by Twos. Toozy using the body. Dumped deep again by Schumer. Played by the goaltender for Cleveland. Into the corner to his left. Picked up by Cleveland. Now loose puck. Here they come. Over center ice. There's a glove on the ice. Now it makes it into the Rampage zone with 3:33 left. Puck goes out. And it's an icing against Rampage. And the glove is officially off the ice. It's a good thing that guy was missing a glove, or we would have had too many gloves on the ice. 2-1 your score. 3:28 left third period. Face off in the Rampage zone. Marshy, Sanborn go up, give Kennedy a high five. Marshy will take the face off. No, excuse me, Schroeder will take the face off. Marsh on the left. One back to Grimberg. Grimberg up to Marsh. Marsh Fiddles with it. Now Marsh skates it through the neutral zone. Marsh dumps it deep. On net. Paddled aside by the Cleveland goaltender. Back behind. Picked off by Schroeder. Out in front. Shot! Oh, what a save! Loose puck. Still a loose puck. Sanborn back across for George. Shot! We got a penalty coming here. It's got to be on Cleveland. No? How do we get a penalty right there? They're going to call Schroeder. Oh, man. This is a tough penalty at 3:04 left. And again, he doesn't make the call at the booth, so I have no idea what he called. Did you see it?
I mean, it's the scrum in front of.
All right, there we go. Looks like a rough, maybe? Yeah, it's a roughing. 2-minute minor and a timeout for Rampage. I mean, refereeing 101 says you make the call on the ice, you go to the timekeeper, you assess the penalty so everybody can see what it is. We haven't seen that all night.
They dropped that last face-off. The older ref was just staring into the crowd at us. Not even watching the game.
All right, so Coach Cole takes the timeout here. He's going to talk about how we're going to kill this off. Man, this is a big moment. 3:04 left, third period, 2-1 Rampage. I mean, a bad time to take a penalty for sure, but a great time to get a shorty. And we actually have some paying back to do here. A couple shorties hurt us earlier. Let's go. All right. Buckle your seat belts, everybody. About to get underway. Timeout over. Penalty kill unit out there for Rampage. It'll be Helen, Green. Marsh will take the face-off. And Frazier on the circle. 3:04 left, 2-1 Rampage. Now we got another delay. There we go. Didn't have the penalty on the board, so a 2-minute minor for roughing, I believe, although we're not 100% sure. Loose puck, picked up by Cleveland. Cleveland in the corner. Now back up to the blue line. Pressure from Marsh. Marsh, nice play by Marsh. Sauce pass to the point.
2 minutes for possession.
Dances a little bit inside the circle. Now back up to the point. Kept in by Cleveland. Cleveland top of the circle. Now a short shot! Kennedy, did he get a piece of that? Couldn't tell. Might have whiffed on it. Now out. No icing. Perfect. That puck just bounced down. 2:29 left in the game. Rampage got to be careful here. Good pressure from Marsh, but here comes Cleveland. Head of steam the other way. Puck outside into the corner. Down goes Greener. Greener knocks his man down. Back to the point. Loose puck. Back to the circle. Top of the circle. Across. Shot. Save. Kennedy. Loose. Now they got to get this out. Marsh tries to get it out. He can't. Back to the point. Loose puck going to be picked up here by Frazier. Frazier fires it out. Nice play by Frazier. They're going to wave the icing. Goaltender comes out to play it. Loose puck, 1:54 left, 50 seconds left in the man advantage for Cleveland. Inside the circles, taken away by Greener. Greener fires it off the glass. Great play, no icing again. 35 seconds in the man advantage. Here comes Cleveland out of their own zone, over center ice. Now Greener's got to get those feet moving. He does, keeps his man outside. Back across the middle, it's going to get out of the zone. 22 seconds left in the man advantage. 1:24 left in the game. Center ice, here comes Cleveland. Cleveland into the center, shot, blocked. Kopecky with a block, he's down, he's hurt. Jumps back up, battles like a soldier. Loose puck, shot, save, Kennedy, loose, goal. Oh man, made the big save, and then the loose puck gets knocked in. And it's 2-2 on the power play goal for Cleveland. Kennedy dove back, saw what was happening, made the first save, Try to lunge back the other way. Sanborn comes in, gives him a high five. Love that. Great teammate. 108-2-2 the score. Penalties are over. Back to 5-on-5. Rampage that close to killing off the penalty with 4 seconds left. It's a power play goal for Cleveland. Now Jorg tries to throw it forward for Schumer. Battle for it at center ice. Picked up by Cleveland, dumped deep, no icing. 1 minute remaining. Kennedy leaves it for Schumer.
Scoring for Cleveland, number 96, Crosby Howard.
Now chipped up along the boards. And then back out into neutral ice. Cleveland will have it. They dump it deep, picked up by Rampage. Here comes Schumer, onside, Schumer shot, wide. Schumer chases his own rebound, absolutely drills his guy. Just laying the freaking wood. 30 seconds left, chased down by Sanborn. Sanborn skates it behind Kennedy, chips it forward, dangerous play. Jorg has it. Now picked up by Sanborn again. Sanborn all over the ice. It's got to be a foot race here. Grimberg's got to get there. He does. For the moment, Kennedy comes out, tries to cover it. Dangerous play, man. Now loose at the blue line. 9 seconds left inside the circle. Behind the net. Rubbed off there by Spencer. One more chance shot off Kennedy's pad, and that'll do it. Oh, man. That was a free-for-all at the end. Not sure how Austin saw that. It went across the goal line, and he got a pad on it. 2-2. End of period 3. Teams are going to regroup at the bench. I mean, honestly, I feel like if Rampage doesn't pull that penalty at 3 minutes and 3 seconds left, they've got the game won. Great hockey game coming to you from Rink 8 here in Blaine, Minnesota, about 10 miles north of downtown Minneapolis. Good news for all of us staying in downtown is the ice protests are over. Well, I shouldn't say that. There's no more ice enforcement. The protests are probably still going on. But I wouldn't know because my hotel room looks at the side of another building. But no complaints. 5-minute overtime period. Teams are going to switch ends again. The winning goal will come to your right if you're watching at home. Rampage attacking from the left to the right. Marsh is out there. It'll be a 3-on-3. Not sure we practiced this very much this year. Marsh, Frazier, and Helen have the weight of the world on them right now with 5 minutes overtime coming up. 3-on-3. Here we go. It's all about possession, and the first possession is won by Cleveland. Drawn back. Now a turnover for Helen. Helen has it. Goes in front. Oh, baby. Now a chance for Frazier. Frazier goes back across. Careful, careful. Back in top of the circle. Nice play by Helen. Such a smart player. Pulls it back into the neutral zone. Now pressured by Cleveland, turns it back over in a good way to Frazier. Frazier switches directions. Now Frazier, direction the other way. Good, calm play from your Colorado Rampage. Now Helen has to cycle it in front of Austin, in front of the net. Here comes Helen with a head of steam. Helen has to get Marsh on side. He does. Helen, toe drag, pulls it up. Nice play by Helen. Helen with a chance for a shot. Goes across to Marsh, but no way. It was backhand. Marsh didn't have a chance. Now Marsh. Marsh holds it in. Marsh gets pickpocketed. Now Marsh is going to recover. Here comes Cleveland the other way. Shot goes on net. Kennedy bats it aside. Thought he might cover it, but he doesn't. Loose puck. Shot! Save. Kennedy shot save on the other side. Oh man, he slid across, made the save. 3:54 in the overtime period. Both teams are going to change it up. Woo! I'll tell you who can it be now. It's going to be Schumer, Green, and Soaps. Loose puck. Cleveland out in front. Shot. Goes wide of the net. Good chance there for Cleveland. Now loose puck picked up by Green in the corner. If you're just joining us, it's a 3-on-3 overtime. Chipped ahead, but picked up by Cleveland. Oh man, they were offsides. Good call. He tried to hold it long enough to get his man back on, but it didn't work. .336 remaining, third period, or excuse me, overtime. 2-2 here at Rink 8, Blaine, Minnesota. Cleveland's going to win this faceoff. They're onside. Uh-oh, Soper fell down. Now, loose puck picked up by Cleveland. Now, turn back over for a moment. Oh, here's a chance. It's picked up and chipped aside. Here comes Schumer. Oh, Schumer couldn't get there, man. I thought he might beat his man. Schumer with the speed didn't do it. Now he's got to get back. Here's a chance for Cleveland. They bring it in the other way. Backhand. Shot! Kennedy with the save on the pad. Now, here comes Colorado the other way. It's Soper. Soper, a one-on-one. Soper's got a man to beat. Soper shot! Wide of the net. Behind. Picked up by Cleveland. 3 minutes left in the overtime period. Here comes Schumer through neutral ice. Schumer will pick it up. Gets in the snow. Schumer fires it forward. They got to get back outside. They do. Cleveland has a chance here. Kennedy is going to push it aside for Greener. Greener has it. Greener skates it out. Greener makes a move. Greener, so much confidence. Greener over the center line. Here comes Greener. Greener outside. Goes wide of the circle. Back behind in front. Oh, he had Helen. He had Helen. Now they go down. No call. Good no call there. Here comes Cleveland the other way. It's a one-on-one. Now turned over. Skater fell down. Here comes Helen the other way. He's got Kopecky with him. Helen, shot! Oh, it went off the stick of the defender and over the crossbar. What a chance. 2:12 left. Overtime. 3-on-3. Cleveland throws it up. Center ice. Kopecky keeps his man outside. Now picked up again by Marsh. Here comes Marsh. Marsh has a man to beat. Marsh tries to beat him. He can't. Puck driven behind. Under 2 minutes left. Overtime. Pinned up by Marsh. They got to be careful here. Don't turn this over. Now Helen skates it out. Loose puck picked up by Cleveland. Kopecky's got to take his man out. He does. Good job by Kopecky. Across. Shot! Oh! Man, that went off the post. And back into the neutral zone. 1:30 left. Puck controlled by Cleveland. Back to center ice. Now Cleveland over red line. Tired legs out there. Kopecky across. Kopecky has it. Chips it out. Nice play by Kopecky. Here comes Schumer and Marsh. Schumer and Marsh onside. Over to Schumer. Shot! Oh, blocked by the defender with 1:05 left. Picked up by Schumer. Schumer. Shot! Oh, he got a stick on it. Great play by Schumer.
1 minute remaining in overtime.
Schumer letting it rip. And now pinned along the boards. Under 1 minute left. Got to be careful here. Can't beat you. Good protection by McCarter, recognizing the situation. Back over to McCarter. McCarter is going to settle it. McCarter makes a move at center ice. McCarter onside, top of the circle. McCarter leaves it for Schumer. Across. Back for Schumer. Shot! Oh, man. Goal. Everybody everywhere. No goal. No goal. Oh, man. It looked like that was going to chip over the goaltender and go in. All right, Schumer's shaken up. There were bodies everywhere. It looked like a battlefield. No, it's a penalty shot.
Oh, yeah.
I think was he
Looks like we have a penalty shot coming up here. We're waiting to see. Again, it's an opportunity. You can take the penalty shot or you can take the power play. All right, 31.8 seconds left. Liam Frazier is going to get a chance to win the game for the Colorado Rampage on the penalty shot chance. Cole decides to go for the penalty shot instead of the man advantage. It is a choice. Referee's now talking to the goaltender and talking to Frazier. Oh, what an exciting moment. Yeah. Here he comes, Frazier at the red line. Frazier is going to take it to his right. Slowly skates it in, top of the circle. Frazier brings it back in. Frazier took a shot. Challenged by the goaltender. Great play by the goaltender. No goal. Will carry on. 31.8 left. Nice play by the goaltender. Came out. Challenged the shot. All right, here we go. What a game. 31.8 seconds left. Helen's going to take the face-off. It's won by Cleveland. They want a trip there, but they're not going to get a call. Puck goes back to the right of the goaltender. 25 seconds left. Rims around the boards. Kept in by Marsh. Marsh gets roughed up, but Marsh keeps it in. Marsh is such a battler. He's fighting one battle after another. Now in the corner. Now out in front shot! What a save by the Cleveland goaltender, baby. 5 seconds left. Here comes Cleveland the other way. Cleveland player gets loose, but he's not going to get a shot off. And that's going to do it for the overtime period. Man, what an exciting hockey game. Wow. Woo! So I think we're going penalty shots here. We will. It'll go penalty shots. Now the focus comes on the goaltenders. 2-2 after 4 periods. The question is, who is Cole going to put out for the penalty shots? Once again, the goaltenders will switch sides. I imagine both goaltenders have seen plenty of penalty shots. I know we practice them a lot. All right, who's going to shoot first for Rampage is the question. If I were a betting man, I'd say it's going to be Liam Helen. Certainly could be Blaine Marsh as well. Either way, it's going to be Cleveland taking the shot first. As the drones of Aerosmith come out, the referee is going to come back, talk to Kennedy, puts his arm around him, tells him exactly what to expect. He's probably telling him right now, yep, I know, my dad's a ref and I want to be a ref. Here we go. First shooter for Cleveland, brings it up, wings it to his right. Now top of the circle, now. Shot! Goes wide! No goal. Now a chance for Rampage. Ooh, they're going to bring Frazier out again. Interesting choice.
He loves that. Send it to the backhand around the outside of the pad.
Is that what he tried last time?
Yeah. The goalie just got so aggressive.
And he got way out. If Frazier can get him to bite here and have him come out, he's got it. All right, Liam Frazier now pulls up again. Here's a chance for Liam Frazier to pick up the goal that he didn't get last time. He brings it to his backhand. Now forehand shot! Saved by the Cleveland goaltender. First round stays 0-0. Now Cleveland comes back the other way. You gotta love it. You gotta love Tier 1 playoff hockey here in Blaine, Minnesota. Cleveland Barons send their second shooter out. Kennedy holds his line. Now, shooter brings it to the right. Same side, top of the circle. Brings it in front. Shot! Save! Kennedy! Woo! Got a left pad on it. He's seen that move before. Now it's time for Rampage to bury it. And they're going to bring Marsh out. This is a great choice. Blaine Marsh comes out. He'll be the second shooter for Rampage. Thank you. We understand the camera's not following. Now Blaine Marsh, center ice, picks up the puck, slowly, deliberately brings it over the blue line. Brings it to his forehand. Forehand, shot! Tried to go 5-hole. That 5-hole closed down quickly. I'm not sure it was ever open. Referee will put the puck back at center ice. Here comes the third opportunity for Cleveland. How appropriate that number 13 will take the shot on Friday the 13th. And here he comes, out to the right. He pulls it up on his forehand. Shot! Goal! Beat Kennedy off the blocker. And now it comes down to Liam Helen. Yeah, I thought so. At first I thought it was Sanborn. I'm like, wait. Not that Sanborn can't shoot, because he can, but Liam Helen now. Referee tells him this is it. You need to score. Helen will take a step from the blue line, picks it up at the red line, now skates it over the blue line. He brings it to his right, pulls it in front, goes wide shot, goal! Goal! Liam Helen, smooth as silk. Took it wide right, brought it back on his forehand, and beat the goaltender. And Rampage stays alive. And here we go into the 4th round of the shootout in Blaine, Minnesota. His teammates are all over him. All right, here we go. Puck back at center ice. It's picked up by the Cleveland Barons shooter. He brings it wide right. Everybody's taking it right to their forehand. Brings it in. Kennedy gets up. May have gotten a blocker on that. Yeah, blockered it outside. Now a chance for Rampage to win the game. They're going to bring Schumer out. I love this call. Schumer has been a huge part of this game tonight with a chance to win it for Rampage. Referee tells him the rules. Schumer says, I know. Been here before. Schumer up to center ice. Schumer takes it to his right. Schumer over the blue line. Keeps it to his right. Now pulls it back to his left. Schumer goes back. Backhand. Save goaltender. And we'll go another round. Round 5. Here we come. We are definitely heading into the danger zone. Round 5, Cleveland will pick the puck up. Remember, they can't use the same shooters over again until they've gone through the whole line. Here he comes. He went to his left. Shot, save. Oh, no! Oh, man. It went off Austin and then bounced in. He thought he had it the whole way. Good hard shot. Now Soaps. Soper to keep it alive. Soaps gets the instruction from the referee. He'll start at his own blue line. Here we go again. Soaps has to bury this here. No pressure, but we're all counting on you. Now he brings it to his left. Now back to his right. Pulls it up. Jiggles, shoots. Save. And Cleveland's going to win the game. So, great game all the way around.